Right, okay, cool. So if we actually look at these two, you said to me the grip was a little bit weak. I would say, that's wrong, sorry. You said you weakened the grip up.
Yes.
I wouldn't say you've necessarily weakened it that much, and I think somewhere between there, yeah, not too far from sort of neutral there. Yeah. There's a bit of play about that, that's going to be okay. The big issue that we're going to discuss here now, the reasons why you were hooking it, as you went back here, now you can almost see this first move, kind of the back of your left wrist now sort of pointing down to the ground, and when you get to there now, there's actually a bend in your left wrist here. To the point you can actually see your right hand, almost like it's coming off the club there. Yeah. If your left wrist does this, your right hand's like, trying to hold the golf club, and it's losing a bit of grip pressure. As a result now, your club backswing is a lot shorter than really what you should be, okay? Compared to when you hinge your wrist there now, up there. So that for me is a much more efficient. Oh, massively, yeah, exactly. You can see you're holding onto the golf club there now. Yeah. Your left wrist now is sort of maintaining it's nice and flat with the forearm here. Now it's not cupping too much, it's not bowing too much. And with anything in golf, there's always a too much one way, too much other way. This is sort of neutral, that's strong, that's weak. Or that's closed, that's open. What you had was a closed club face here. As you then came back to the golf ball, that left elbow was like trying to hold, I don't want to show too much, like get rid of that, exactly. Too much kind of like pulling up here to just try and hold the club face open in fear of hooking it left, okay? Now compare that to this one here now, like I say, it's a little bit blurry, but look at the gap, as I said before in the video, the gap between the centre of your head there to your hands. Yeah, that's the amount you're getting, much more width to the golf ball. Now, as I said, this width will come with your torso and hips and body rotating. If you keep your body still facing down here, okay, your arms can't get wide. And if you try to stretch them, they'll just stretch outwards, hit the ground behind the ball or hit the unmentionable, okay? So the arms maintain their width as you turn better. If you're scared of the hook, the last thing you're going to want to do is trying to turn, because you'll get here with a closed club face and go, oh, God, okay, stop that. And it's going to pong it way left. Okay, the feeling would be it's going to go way left. In actual fact, the more your body turns, the more we clear, the more space you've got for your arms to go. And if you stay back here and kind of pull the arms through, hit the ground behind the ball, bottom of the club out early, a variety of bad shots could come into that, okay? So it's being aware that when you hit the shots, you may hit hooks more often than not for you at the moment, coming from this bowed left wrist, okay? If you're cutting it, you're probably getting that kind of opening of the club when you pull the arms into the body, that narrow one, okay? Now again, there are going to be times when you hit a golf ball straight, or ends up straight with a bit of cut, or ends up straight with a bit of draw. Where it ends up is the important thing. If it's a bit pulley, a bit cutty, as long as the numbers are, if we think about sort of, if I look at this here now, if I do this here now, so if these two blue lines, so that's 6 degrees left. Now if you look at those lines there, when they're coming to impact, they're not that far apart, are they? Okay, so 6 degree push-pull isn't that big a gap between the two lines, okay? Obviously, if you're going into the realms of kind of over here somewhere, then, problem, that's double that, okay? Anything, I suppose, single digits. In an ideal world, you'll be no more than sort of 4 or 5, maybe 3, then you're looking more this way. Obviously, on the other side, you might draw the ball, you'll be a bit more kind of, undo that. More on that side. But, single digits on there is fine. Sure. How far off line you are from the target is the important thing. People often ask me, what sort of shape of shot do you play, Gav, draw or fade? I'm like, well, any given Sunday could be different. When I tee up on the first tee, if I've had a few shots on the range on the sim, whatever shot I'm playing that day, I'm going to go with. If I'm a bit over the top and a bit cutty, play with a cut. If I'm a bit underneath and flicky, play with a draw. Don't try and change anything on the golf course. If you're hitting draws that day, just play for it. Don't aim 50 yards right, but if you're playing on the first and the button, aim between the flag and the bunker. Sure. If you're going to the second, aim for the right hand bunker. If you're going to the third, don't aim right because the water's there. Aim for the middle of the green. If you pull it, okay, it's on the left-hand side of the green there. So you play for a shape of shot knowing the side you can and can't miss a green, and if you can miss it right, aim right for the draw. If you can't miss it right, aim straight. If you draw it, you miss it left. And obviously vice versa with that. So it's just about managing your game that day. If you're cutting the ball, obviously you flip it the other way around. So that left wrist is going to be hit at the top. If he starts bowing and going this way, it's going to really restrict your backswing and just cause that club to get a bit hooky and flicky. Make sense? Yeah. Good stuff. I'll have a couple more then with some